Sorry.
2 bundles of violets, Johnny the man, a full day's wages. You better look where you're going.
Will you get a taxi, Freddie? Do you want me to catch pneumonia?
I'm sorry, Mother. I'll get a taxi right away. Sorry.
Oi! He's your son, is he? Well, if you'd done your duty by him as a mother, you wouldn't let him run off and spoil a poor girl's flowers without even paying.
Go on about your business, my girl.
2 bundles of violets, John in the man.
Taxi! Taxi!
I say, kitten. Buy flower for poor girl.
I'm sorry, I haven't any change.
I can send you for prayer. Here, take this for topics.
I'm sorry, I really haven't any... Stop! History happens if that's any use to you.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, you be careful. You about to give him a flower for it. There's a bloke. There, behind the pillar, taking down every blessed word you're saying.
Well, but I ain't done nothing wrong by speaking to a gentleman. I have a right to sell flowers here as long as I keep to the curb. I'm a good girl, I am, and I never spoke to the gentleman except to ask him to buy flowers.
What's the row? What's all the blooming noise? There's a tax taking her down.
Oh, sir, don't let him lay charge against me. You don't know what it means to me. It'll take away my character and drive me off the streets for speaking to a gentleman.
There, you silly girl who's hurting you.
On my Bible earth, I never said a word.
Shut up. Do I look like a policeman to you?
What'd you take down my words for? How do I know whether you took me down, right? You just show me what you wrote about me. What's that? That ain't proper writing, I can't read that.
I can. I say, Captain, buy a flower off a poor girl.
It's because I called him Captain, my man. No, I'm so don't let me charge against me for using a word like that. You
Charge! I make no charge. Really, sir, if you are a detective, you need not begin protecting me against molestation by young women until I ask you. Anybody can see the girl meant no harm.
He's not a tech. He's a gentleman. Look at his shoes.
How are your people down in Selsey?
Who told you my people come from Silsey?
Never mind, they did. And you? Did you come to be so far up east? You were born in Listen Grove?
Oh. And what harm is there in my leaf and listen grove? It wasn't fit for a pig to live in, and I had to pay 4 and 6 a week.
Well, live where you like. Stop that noise.
Come. He can't touch you. You have the right to live where you please.
I I'm a good girl, I am.
Do you know where I come from?
Hoxton.
Well, who says I did it? Blimey, you know everything you do.
But tell him where he comes from. You want to go fortune telling.
Cheltenham. Cambridge. Harrow and India.
Quite right.
Blimey, in a tech, he's a bloomin' busybody. That's what he is.
If I may ask, sir, did you do this sort of thing for a living on the music halls?
I've thought of it. Perhaps I will someday.
He ain't, gentlemen. He ain't in a field of poor girl.
How do you do it, if I may ask?
Simple phonetics, the science of speech. That's my profession, and it's my hobby. Anyone can spot a Yorkshireman or Irishman by his brogue. I can place a man within 6 miles in England, 2 miles from London, often within 2 streets.
Ought to be ashamed of himself, unmanly coward.
But is there a living in that?
Yes, well, quite a fat one.
Let him mind his own business and leave our
Woman! Cease the detestable boohooing. This instant, or else shelter from another place of worship.
I've a right to be here if I like, same as you.
Woman who utters such disgusting and depressing noises has no right to be anywhere, no right to live. Remember that your native language is like Shakespeare and Milton in the Bible, so don't sit there crowing like a bilious pigeon.
Hey.
Look at her, a prisoner of the gutter, condemned by every syllable she utters. By right she should be taken out and hung. The cold-blooded man of the English tongue. Now, I ask you, so what sort of word is that? This is what the British population calls an elementary education.
Come, Simon, give it the poor example.
Did I? Hear them down in Soho Square, dropping H's everywhere, speaking English any way they like. Why, you said, did you go to school?
What are you taking for?
We were taught to take instead of tie. Hear Yorkshire men or worse, hear Cornish man in verse, I'd rather hear 'em while singing out. Chickens clackling in a barn, just like this one.
Gone.
Gone. What sort of word is that? It's ow and gone that keep her in her place. Not a wretched pleasure, no dirty face. Why can't the English teach their children how to speak? This verb class distinction by now should be empty. Why do you sell machines instead of the way you do? You might be selling flowers too.
I beg your pardon.
In Englishman's way of speaking, absolutely classifies him. Magnetic horse, he makes the modern Englishmen despise him. Choose proper English, you're regarded as a freak. Why can't the English learn to set a good example to people whose English is painful to your ears? The Scotch and the Irish leave you close to tears. There even are places where English completely disappears. Why in America they haven't used it for years? Why can't English teach their children how to speak? Norwegians learn Norwegian, the Greeks are taught their Greek. In France, every Frenchman knows his language from A to Z. Why, the French never care what they do actually, so long as they pronounce it properly. Arabians learn Arabian with the speed of some lightning. The Hebrews learn it backwards, which is absolutely frightening. But use proper English, you're regarded as a freak. Why can't the English? Why can't the English learn to speak? So you see this creature here with her curbstone English? That English that'll keep her in the gutter to the end of her days. Why, in 6 months I could pass her off as Duchess of Embassy Ball. Even get her a job as a lady's maid in a shop which requires better English.
Yeah. What's that you say?
Yes, you squat cabbage leaf. You incarnated so to the English language. You've disgraced the naval architecture of these columns. In 6 months I can pass you on. Say the Queen of Sheba.
Taxi!
You don't know that, Captain.
Taxi! Oh, well, anything is possible, really. I myself am a student of Indian dialects.
Are you? Do you know Colonel Pickering, author of Spoken Sanskrit?
I am Colonel Pickering. Who are you?
Oh, I'm Henry Higgins, author of Higgins' Universal Alphabet.
I came from India to meet you.
I was going to need to meet you.
Higgins!
Pickering! Where are you staying?
At the Carlton.
No, you're not. You're staying with me at 27A Wimbledon Street. Come with me, we'll have a job at supper.
How right you are.
I say, sir, buy flour off a poor girl on shop for my lodging.
La, you said you could charge half a crown.
You ought to be stuffed with nails, you ought. Here, take the whole blooming basket for 6p.
The church, a reminder. You know, Indian dialects are always faster than me. I reckon it's over 50.
Have you? Did you know there are over 200?
By George, it's worse than London. Do you know them all?
Certainly stand up, gentlemen. Got luminaries in our midst.
Would you like a butler, Eliza?
Oh, you would indeed.
It's further down until night and clouds like me to Perry.
The missus wants to open up the castle in Capri. Talk to recommends a quiet summer by the sea. Oh, take me lovely.
All I want is a room somewhere far away from the cold night air, with one enormous cherry wood. Wouldn't it be lovely? Lots of chocolate for me to eat, lots of cold making lots of it. Warm face, warm hands, warm feet. Hey, wouldn't it be lovely? And so lovely, sitting absolutely still. I would never budge till spring crept out of my windowsill. Someone's head resting on my knee, warm and tender as he can be. Who takes good care of me? They would be lovely, lovely, all I want is a room somewhere far away from the cold night air, with one enormous cherry wood. Wouldn't it be lovely? Lots of chocolate for me to eat, lots of cold making more teeth. Warm face, warm hands, warm feet. They wouldn't it be lovely? And so lovely, sitting absolutely still. I would never budge till spring crept out of my windowsill.
Drinks is to be paid for or not drunk. Come on, Joe. Out you go.
Oh, thanks for your hospitality, George. Send the bill to Buckingham Palace.
Well, Alfie, I guess it's on we go.
Oh, what do you want to go on for? Eliza should be along in a few minutes. She ought to be good for half a crown for her father, what loves her.
Loves her? That's a laugh. You've been here for months.
What's that got to do with it? What's half a crown now and again after all I give her?
When did you ever give her anything?
Anything? I gave her everything. I gave her the greatest gift any human being can give to another. Life! I introduced her to this here planet, I did, with all its wonders and marvels. Oh, this lovely world with the sun that shines and the moon that glows. I parked to walk through on a fine spring night, the old ruddy city of London, to roam about in some of the blooming flowers. I give her all that, and then I disappears and leaves her on her own to enjoy it. If that's not good enough for half a crown now and again, I'll take off my belt and give her what for.
You got a good art, Alfie, but if you don't want that upper crown from Eliza, you better have a good story to go with it.
Oh, Eliza, what a surprise!
You're a brass farthing.
Oh, now let go, Eliza. You wouldn't have thought to send me home to your stepmother without a bit of liquid protection. Now, would you?
Stepmother? Ha! Stepmother indeed.
Well, I'm willing to marry her. It's me that suffers by it. I'm a slave to that woman, Eliza, just because I ain't in love with her husband. Oh, come on, Eliza. Slip your old dad off a crown to go home on.
Well, I ain't a bit of luck myself tonight, so here.
George, three glorious beers.
But don't you keep counting on half crowns from me.
Oh, good night, Eliza. You're a noble daughter. Oh, you see, boys, I told you not to go home. It's just fate. Oh, and a little bit of luck. The Lord above gave man an arm of iron. We could do with jobbing in the shed. The Lord above gave man an arm of iron. With a little bit of luck, with a little bit of luck, someone else will do the big work. With a little bit, with a little bit, with a little bit of luck, you'll never work. The Lord above made liquor for temptation, to see if man could turn away from sin. The Lord above made liquor for temptation, but with a little bit of luck, with a little bit of luck, when temptation comes, you'll get right in. With a little bit, with a little bit, with a little bit of luck, you'll get right in. Oh, you can walk more straight and narrow, but with a little bit of luck, you'll run a mile. Gentle sex was made for man to marry. Share business senses was good. Gentle sex was made for man to marry. keep them quiet, lady.
Shut up. Wonderful. Shut up.
Hey, that's no way to talk to a lady. We got to be neighborly like boys. After all, the Lord above made men to help his neighbor. Everywhere on let us see the phone. Lord above made men to help his neighbor. All luck, we will be all luck. When he comes around, you won't be out. Wait a little bit. A luck to make it duck. And it's a crime for men to go blended. With wise for what we've down. It's a crime for men to go blended. With a little bit of luck. With a little bit of luck. You can see I'm not how to find out. With a little bit. With a little bit. With a little bit. We'll find out. With a little bit of blooming love.
I say, Higgins, couldn't we turn on the lights?
Oh, nonsense, Pickering. You hear much better in the dark.
But it's a fearful strain as the Tortoise Vowel sounds. I'm quite done up for this afternoon.
Mr. Higgins, are you there?
Yes, Mrs. Spears, what is it?
There's a young woman here to see you, sir.
A young woman. Does she want? Has she used to see an accent?
Oh, something dreadful, sir.
Let's have her up. Send her up, Mrs. Spears.
Very well, sir. It's for you to say.
This is just a bit of luck, Pickering. I'll show you how I make breakfast. We'll get you talking in very sensible speech, and then I'll take her down into broad roaming. And we'll get her on the phonograph so you can turn her on as often as you like with the written transcript before you.
This is the young woman, sir.
Oh no, this is the young woman I jotted down last night. Be off with you, I don't want you. I have all the records I want of this and go lingo, and I won't waste another cylinder with on it. Be off.
Hey, don't be so saucy. You ain't over our comfort yet. Did you tell him I'll come in a taxi? Nonsense, girl. What do you think a gentleman like Mr. Higgins cares what you came in? We are proud. You ain't about giving lessons, not him. I heard him say so. Well, if my money's not good enough, I can go elsewhere.
Good enough for what?
Good enough for you. Now you know, don't you? I've come to have lessons, I have, and to pay for them too. Make no mistake.
Well, what do you expect me to say?
If you was a gentleman, you might ask me to sit down, I think.
What do you think, Pickering? Do we ask this baggage to sit, or shall we throw her out the window?
Why won't be called baggage when I've offered to pay like any lady?
But what is it you want?
I want to be a lady in a flower shop instead of selling flowers at the corner of Tottenham Court Road. But then won't take me in so I can do more genteel. He said he could teach me. Well, here I am, ready to pay, not asking any favour. And he treats me as if I was dirt. I know what lessons cost and I'm ready to pay.
How much?
Now you're talking. I thought you'd come off it when you saw a chance to get a bit back what you chucked at me last night. You've had a drop in, haven't you?
Sit down.
Well, if you're gonna make any compliments...
Sit down.
What is your name?
Eliza Doolittle.
Won't you sit down, Miss Doolittle?
Oh, don't mind if I do.
How much are you prepared to pay me for these lessons?
Hey, I know it's right. A lady friend of mine gets French lessons from a real French gentleman at 18 pence an hour. Well, you don't have the face to ask me the same for teaching me my own language as you would for French. So I won't be giving more than a shilling. Take it or leave it.
You know, Pickering, If we consider this not as a simple shilling, but as a percentage of the poor girl's income, well, works out to be fully equivalent to, say, 60 or 70 pounds from a millionaire. By George, it's the biggest offer I've ever had.
60 pounds? What are you talking about? I never
Oh,
got
hold
that.
your tongue.
But I ain't got 60 pounds.
Don't cry, you silly girl. Sit down. No one told you to touch your money.
Somebody's going to touch you with a broomstick if you don't stop sniveling. Now sit!
I won't think you was me father.
I decided to teach you I shall be worse than two fathers to you. Now sit down. Here.
What is this for?
To wipe your eyes, to wipe any part of your face that feels moist. That is now your handkerchief. And this is your sleeve. So don't confuse the two if you wish to become a lady in a shop.
Higgins, I'm interested. What about your boasting pass her off as a duchess at the embassy ball? I'll say the greatest teacher alive if you can make that good. I'll bet you all the expense of the experiment that you can't do it. And I'll even pay for all the lessons.
Hey, you're real good. Thank you, Captain.
So, most irresistible. She's so deliciously low, so horribly dirty.
I ain't dirty. I'll wash my face and hands before I come on indeed.
Take it, I'll make a touch of this dry yourself, gutter snipe. We'll start right now, this very moment. Mrs. Pierce, is there a good fire here in the kitchen?
Yes, but
Very good. Take off all of her clothes in bed and wrap her in brown paper till they arrive. Order up for some new ones. If she gives you any trouble, wall her.
You're no gentleman. You ain't to talk of such things. I know that the likes of you are. I do. I'll call the police.
Now, young lady, we want none of your slam prudery here. You've got to learn to behave like a lady. Take her upstairs and
but what's to become of her? I've no place to put her.
put her in the dustbin.
Oh, come, Higgins. Do be reasonable. You must be reasonable, Mr. Higgins. Really, you must. You can't walk all over everybody like this.
I walk all over everyone. My dear Pickering, my dear Mrs. Pierce, I've never had the slightest intention of walking all over anyone. All I propose is that we should be kind to this poor girl. I didn't put it any more plainly, it's because I did not wish to offend her delicacy. Nor yours.
But, sir, you can't just take on a girl like that as if you were picking up a pebble on the beach.
Why not?
Why not? Well, you don't know anything about her. What about her parents? She may be married.
God.
There, as a girl quite properly says, yeah.
You'd marry me.
By George, Eliza, the streets will be strewn with the bodies of men shooting themselves for your sake by the time I'm done with you.
That's it. I'm going. He's off his champagnes and I don't like no bowling teaching me.
Very well then, madam, I just throw her out and you needn't order her those new clothes.
Stop, Mr. Higgins. I won't allow it. Go home with your parents, go.
I ain't got no parents.
See? Sure you ain't got no parents. She's no use to anyone but me. Take her upstairs and clean her.
What's to become of her? Is she to be paid anything? You must be sensible, sir.
Paid, what does she want with money? She'll live in a proper bedroom and have plenty to eat. She'll only drink if you give her money.
Oh, you are a brute. It's a lie. Nobody ever saw the sign of liquor on me. Oh, sir, you're a gentleman. Don't let him speak to me that way.
Higgins, does it occur to you that the girl might have some feelings?
No. Well, at least none that we need worry about, have you, Eliza? No, none at all.
Mr. Higgins, I must know on what terms the girls will be here. What's to become of her once you've finished with your teachings? You must think ahead a little, sir.
What's to become of her if I leave in the gutter? Answer me that, Mrs. Pierce.
That's her own business, not yours, Mr. Higgins.
Well, when I've finished with her, we'll throw her right back, and then it'll be her business again, so that's quite all right.
You've no feeling art in you. You don't care for nothing but yourself. Yeah, that's it. I'm going.
Eliza, wait. The chocolate.
Now I know what might be in it. I've heard of girls being drugged by the like of you.
Sign of good faith. I'll eat one half, and you eat the other. Think of it, Eliza. We've got bottles of them, barrels of them. You'll live on them, huh?
I wouldn't have eaten it. Only, how much to lady not to take it out of your mouth?
Think, Eliza, the chocolates, the taxis, the gold, the diamonds.
No! I don't want no gold and no diamonds. I'm a good girl, I am.
Excuse me, Higgins, but I really must be clear. If this girl has put herself into your hands for 6 months in an experiment in teaching, she must understand thoroughly what she's doing.
Eliza, we'll have to stay here for the next 6 months, learning to speak beautifully. You're a good girl, do exactly what you're told. You live in a proper bedroom and have plenty to eat. However, if you are naughty and idle, you live in the back of the kitchen amongst the black beetles and be walloped by Mrs. Pierce. End of those 6 months, you'll be taken to Buckingham Palace, beautifully dressed in carriage. The king finds out you are not a lady, your head will be, well, cut off. As a warning to any other sumptuous flower girls. If you are not found out, you will be given a present of, say, 7 and 6 in which to start life with as a lady of florist shop. If you refuse this offer, the angel will weep for you, and you will be the most wicked, ungrateful girl. Are you satisfied, my grain? Could I put it any more plainly, Mrs. Pierce?
Come with me, Eliza.
Thank you, Mrs. Pierce.
You're a big bully, you are. I won't stay here if I don't like. And I won't let nobody wallop me.
To Dad's tobacco.
If I had known it was right, I never would have done that here.
6 months, and 3 if she's got a good ear and a quick tongue. Why, you can take her anywhere in England, pass her off as anything. I'll make a queen of that barbarous wretch.
Higgins, forgive the bluntness, but if I'm to be in this business, I shall be a responsible old girl. I hope it is clearly understood that no advantage is to be taken of your position.
That thing, sacred, I assure you.
Oh, come, Higgins. You know what I mean? This is no trifling matter. Are you a man of good character where women are concerned?
Have you ever met a man of good character when women are concerned?
Yes, very frequently.
Well, I haven't. I find the moment I become friends with a woman, I become selfish and tyrannical. I find the moment a woman becomes friends with me, she becomes jealous, exacting, and a damn nuisance. So here I am, a confirmed old bachelor, and likely to remain so.
What tub of butter?
Your daughter Eliza? Oh, you are a lucky man, Alfie Doolittle.
What are you talking about? What about Eliza?
He don't know? Her own father, and he don't know. Moved in with a swell Eliza has. Left her in a taxi all by herself, smart as pie. And ain't been home for 3 days. Then I get a message from her this morning. She wants a thing sent over to 27A Wimpole Street, care of Professor Higgins. And what things does she want? A birdcage and a Chinese fan. But, she says, never mind about sending any clothes!
Oh, I knew she had a career in front of her. Harry boy, I won't go booze up. The sun is shining on Alfred. Hey, Doolittle. A man was made to well support his children, which is the right and proper thing to do. Man was made to well support his children, with a little bit all luck, with a little bit all luck. They'll go out and start supporting you.
say no to the invitations and pay the bills. Is that all, Mrs. Pierce?
No, sir. There's another letter from that American millionaire, Ezra T. Wallingford. He still wants his lecture for his moral reform league.
Throw it away.
But, sir, it's the third letter he's written you. You should at least reply.
All right, leave it on the desk.
If you please, sir, there's a dustman here to see you. Alfred Doolittle. He says you have his daughter here.
Send the blackguard up.
May I be a blackguard, Higgins?
Nonsense, of course he's a blackguard.
Whether he is or not, I'm afraid we shall have some trouble with him.
Rubbish. If there's any trouble to be had, it should be him with I, not I with him.
Doolittle, sir.
So, Professor Higgins?
Yeah, good morning.
What? Oh, morning, Governor. I come about a very serious matter, Governor.
What in hound's name, whoever wedge. What do you want, Doolittle?
I want my daughter. That's what I want. See?
Of course you do. You're her father, aren't you? I'm glad to see you have some spark of family feeling left. She's upstairs. Take her at once.
What?
You don't suppose I can keep your daughter for you? Take her away.
Oh, now look here, Governor. Is this reasonable? Is it fair to take advantage of a man like this? No, the girl belongs to me. You got her. Where do I come in?
How dare you? How dare you come here and attempt to blackmail me?
Oh, now don't take a man up like that, Governor.
The police shall take you up. This is a plot. A plot to extort money from Brett. I shall telephone the police.
If I asked you for a breast farthing, I leave it to this gentleman here. If I said a word about money,
Then what else did you come for?
well, what would a blow come for? Beaming, Governor.
How do you know she's here if you didn't send her?
Oh, I'll tell you, Governor, if you only let me get a word in. I'm willing to tell you, I'm wanting to tell you, I'm waiting to tell you.
Pickering. This chap has a sort of gift for national rhetoric. Listen to the notes of his woodwind's wild. I'm willing to tell you, I'm wanting to tell you, I'm waiting to tell you. So well strained in him. So how did you know she was here?
Oh, well, she sent back for luggage and I got to hear about it. She said she didn't want no clothes. Oh, what was I to think from that, Governor? I ask you as a parent, what was I to think?
Mrs. Pierce, Liza's father has come here to take her away. And do it at once.
Oh, now wait a minute, Governor, wait a minute. Oh, you and me, well, we's men of the world, ain't we?
We're men of the world, are we? Better go at once, Mrs. Pierce.
I think so indeed, sir.
Governor, I've taken sort of a fancy to you. And if you want the girl, I'm not so set on having her back home again. But what I might be open to is a little arrangement. All I ask is my right as a father, and you're the last man alive to expect you to let it go for nothing. For I can see you're one of the straight sort, Governor. Well, what's a £5 note to you? And what's Eliza to me?
I think you ought to know, Doolittle, that Mr. Higgins' intentions are entirely honourable.
Oh, of course they are, Governor. If I thought they wasn't, I asked 50.
£50?
How?
Have you no morals, man?
No, I can't afford them. Neither could you if it was towards me, Governor. Oh, not that I mean any harm, mind you, but if Eliza's going to be getting stuff out of this, why not me too? Oh, look at it my way. What am I? I ask you, what am I? I'm one of the undeserving poor, that's what I am. Oh, think what that means to a man. Oh, it means he's up against middle-class morality for all the time. If there's anything going and I put in for a bit of it, it's always the same story. You're undeserving, so you could have it. Well, my needs is as great as the most deserving widows that's ever got money for 6 different charities in 1 week for the death of the same husband. Oh, I don't need less for a deserving man, I need more. I don't eat less hardly than he does, and Will I drink a lot more? I'm playing straight with you, Governor. I ain't pretending to be deserving. I'm undeserving, and I mean to go on being undeserving. I like it, and that's the truth. But will you take advantage of a man's nature to do him out of the price of his own daughter, what he's bought up, then enclosed by the sweat of his brow, till she's grown big enough to be interesting to you two? Gentlemen, is £5 unreasonable? I put it to you, and I leave it to you.
You know, Pickering, you took this chap up in hand for 6 months. Why? He choose between a popular poet in Wales and a seat on the cabinet. Suppose we should give him the fiver?
To make bad use of it, I'm afraid.
Well, not me, Governor, so help me I won't. Just one good spree for myself and the missus, giving pleasure to ourselves and employment to others, and satisfaction to you to know that better way. You couldn't spend it any better.
Damn, this is irresistible. We should give him 10.
No, the missus wouldn't have liked to spend 10, Governor. It's a lot of money. It makes a man feel prudent-like, and then goodbye to happiness. No, you give me what I asked for, Governor. Not a penny less, not a penny more.
I think I'd rather draw the line at this sort of immorality. Doolittle, why don't you marry that missus of yours? After all, marriage isn't so confiding. You married Eliza's mother.
Oh, who told you that, Governor?
Well, no one told me, but I concluded naturally that.
Figure if we listen to this man for another moment, we shall have no morals left. £5, I believe you said.
Thanks you, Governor.
I won't!
Oh, beg pardon, miss.
I won't say those bloody vows one more time.
Oh, blimey. It's Eliza. I never thought she could end up so good looking. She does make credit, don't she, Governor?
What are you doing here?
Joe, you hold your tongue and don't you give these gentlemen none of your lip. Governor, if you have any problems with her, give her a few licks of the strap. That's the way to improve a mind. Well, anyway, good morning, gentlemen, and cheerio, Eliza.
By George! There's a man for you! A philosophic genius of the first water. Mrs. Pierce, write to that American millionaire and tell him if he wants a lecture, get in touch with Alfred P. Doolittle, a common dustman, but one of the most original moralists in all of London.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. What did he come up for?
Say your vows.
I know my vows. I knew him before I came.
You know them and say them.
I-E-I-A-U.
A-E-I-O-U.
That's what I said. I-E-I-A-U. I've been saying them to you for 3 days, and I won't say them no more.
I know it's difficult, Miss Doolittle, but try to understand.
Pickering, there's no sense in explaining. As a military man, you want to know what she needs is drilling, and don't comfort her, or she'll be turning to you for sympathies.
All right, if you insist, but have a little patience with her, Higgins.
Well, of course. Say A.
You've been feeling all you ain't.
A.
I.
A.
I.
A.
I.
A.
I.
A. Eliza! I promise you, you will say your vows properly. Before this day is out, there will be no lunch, no dinner, and no chocolates.
Just you white, angry Higgins, just you white. You'll be sorry that your tears will make you light. You'll be broke and all that money will why help you don't be funny. Just you white, angry Higgins, just you white. Just you white, angry Higgins till you're sick. And you'll scream say, look, King says I in a man that was great, but all I want is Henry Ian's head. Don says the king with a stroke, God will bring in the plague, and they'll march you Henry Ian to the wall, and the king will shout Eliza sound the call. As they raise their rifles higher, I'll shout ready, aim, fire! Henry Ian's down you go, Henry Ian's, just you wait! The Rhine in Spain stays mainly in the line.
The rain in Spain stays mainly in the plain.
Did you not say that?
No, you didn't say that. You didn't say that. Eliza, listen to me. Every night before you go to bed, or you used to say your prayers, I want you to repeat, the rain in Spain stays mainly in the plain, say 50 times. You get much further with the Lord if you learn not to offend his ears. Now for your ages.
Oh, Pickering, this is going to be ghastly.
Oh, control yourself, Higgins. Give the girl a chance.
Of course. Eliza, listen to me. In Hertford, Hereford, and Hampshire, hurricanes hardly ever happen. Now you see this flame here? Every time you say your H properly, the flame will waver. Every time you drop your H, the flame will remain stationary. That's how you've known you've done it properly. Now listen to me. Hertford, Hereford, and Hampshire, hurricanes hardly ever happen. Now you try.
In Hertford, Hereford, and Hampshire, hurricanes hardly ever happen.
Not a word, I tell you.
Shall I do it over?
Oh no, please no, God no, Lord no. We must start from the very beginning. You're like this. Ha, 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 ha.
Ha, 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 ha.
Good God. Pickering, it's a peculiar habit of randomly dropping a letter or placing it somewhere it doesn't belong called Junior dear. Like heaven instead of ever.
Ha, ha.
Like heaven instead of ever. See, the Slavs said to the Slavs said to do this when they were in English. They turned right around and said hinger instead of linger. And then they'll turn around and say singer instead of singer. Really wonder why that is. I must look that up. Go on. Cup of tea. Say cup of tea.
A cup of tea.
No, tea. There's good cake. I don't know when Mrs. Pierce gets it.
First rate. The strawberry tarts are delicious. And, oh, have you tried the plain cake?
Try again.
Have you tried?
No, Pickering. Try to get Eliza.
A cup of tea.
No. Can't you hear the difference? I want you to place your tongue on the top of your lower teeth and say cup.
Cat.
Good. Now say of.
Of.
Good. Cup, 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 of.
Cup, cup. Of.
Go on.
Cup.
Yum, by Jove, Higgins. What a glorious tea. I've finished the strawberry tart and I couldn't eat another thing.
Oh, no, thank you, old chap. I couldn't eat another bite.
It's a shame to waste it.
Oh, hand it over. It won't go to waste. I know someone who's immensely fond of strawberry tarts. Possession we ever had. The greatest thoughts that have ever flowed through the hearts of man are contained in its magical, imaginative, musical mixture of sounds. So she set yourself upon the concrete, Liza. Concrete you will. Now try it again. What was that?
The rain in Spain stays mainly in the plain.
Again.
The rain in Spain stays mainly in the plain.
I think she's got it. I think she's got it.
The rain in Spain stays mainly in the plain.
By George, she's got it! By George, she's got it! Now once again, where does it rain?
On the plain, on the plain.
And where's that soggy plain?
In Spain, in Spain. The rain in Spain stays mainly in the plain. The rain in Spain stays mainly in the plain.
In Scotland, Harriston, Hampshire.
Hurricanes hardly happen. How kind of you to let me come.
Now once again, where does it rain?
On the plain, on the plain.
And where's that blasted day?
In Spain, in Spain. The rain in Spain stays mainly in the plain. The rain in Spain stays mainly in the
And we are making fine progress.
Are you feeling all right, Mr. Higgins?
Yes, quite well. Thank you, Mrs. Pierce. Yourself?
Very well, sir. Thank you.
Splendid. No Pickering. Let's take it to the races.
The races?
Yes, the races, my mother's books at Ascot.
You'll consult your mother first, of course.
Why, of course. No. We should be better to surprise her.
I was awakened by a dreadful pounding. Do you know what it might have been?
Pounding? Pounding? I heard no pounding. Did you, Pickering?
No. Must have been the rain.
Well, Mrs. Pierce, if this persists, you'd best see a doctor. First thing in the morning, we will go out and buy her that gown, Pickering. Does one go for a lady's gown?
Whiteley's, of course.
How do you know that?
It's common knowledge.
Is it? Well, we mustn't get her anything too flowery. I do detest those sort of gowns. Read here and read there. It's simple and elegant is what's called for. That's the sash. Yes, just right. Well, I'm never sleepy. I'm clearing off to bed. Go on with your work, Eliza.
You've all been working much too hard. I think the strain is beginning to show. Eliza, I don't care what Mr. Higgins says. You must put down your book and go to bed.
Bed, I couldn't go to bed. My head's too light to try to set it down. Sleep, sleep, I couldn't sleep tonight. Not for all the jewels in the crown. I could have danced all night. I could have danced all night and still have begged for more. I could have spread my wings and done 1,000 things I've never done before. I'll never know what made it so exciting. Why all at once my heart took flight. I only know when he began to dance with me. I could have danced, danced, danced all night. It's after 3 now, don't you agree now? She ought to be in bed. I could have danced all night.
Your face looks drawn
Danced
forward.
all
My
night
friend,
and still
now say
have
goodnight, please.
begged
Goodnight, please. It's really time for you to be in bed.
and done 1,000 things I've never done before. I'll never know what made it so exciting. Why all at once my heart took flight. I only know when he began to dance with me. I could have danced, danced, danced
I understand, dear. It's all grand, dear. But now it's time to sleep.
I could have danced all night. I could have danced all night and still have begged for more. I could have spread my wings and done 1,000 things I've never done before. I'll never know what made it so exciting. Why all at once my heart took flight. I only know when he began to dance with me. I could have danced, danced, danced.
Colonel Pickering, I don't understand. Do you mean that my son is coming to Ascot today?
Yes, he is, Mrs. Higgins. As a matter of fact, he's already here.
What a disagreeable surprise. Ascot Ascot is usually the one place I can come to with my friends, and not run the risk of seeing my son, Henry. Whenever my friends meet him, I never see them again.
Oh, he had to come as serious. You see, he's taking the girl to the annual embassy ball, and he wanted to try her out first.
I beg your pardon.
You know, the embassy ball?
Yes, I know the ball, but what girl?
Oh, didn't I mention that?
No, you did not.
Well, it's quite simple, really. One night I went to the opera to Covent Garden to hear one of my favourite operas, Aida. And as I was coming out, incidentally, they didn't do Aida that night. No, they did Gotterdammerung instead. I'd never heard of Gotterdammerung. Oh, by George, it's a rackety one. No one was tenor.
What about the girl, Colonel?
Oh, yes. As I was coming out, I met your son, Henry, who in turn met Miss Doolittle, who now lives with Henry.
Lives with Henry? Is it a love affair?
Oh, heavens, no! She's a flower girl. He picked her off the curbstone.
A flower girl?
Yes. Higgins said to me, Tigrick, you see this girl. In 6 months I can make a duchess of her. I said, nonsense. And he came back with, yes, I can. All right, I said, I'll make a bet with you, you can't. And I did, and he is.
The horse are leaving the paddock, Mrs. Higgins.
Oh, excuse me, Mrs. Higgins, I must fetch her.
But, Colonel, am I to understand that Henry is bringing a flower girl to Ascot?
Yes, that's it. That's it precisely, Mrs. Higgins. Jolly good, Mrs. Higgins. Jolly good.
Charles, you'd better stay close to the car. I may be leaving abruptly. I saw Colonel Pickering, and Henry, dear, I'm most provoked. I've heard you put a common flower girl from Covent Garden to my box.
No, not to worry, Mother. I've taught her to speak beautifully, and she has strict orders as to her behavior. The weather and everyone's health. Sort of fine day, and how do you do? Not let her go on things in general. Hope her long gone, you'll be quite safe.
Safe? To talk about our health in the middle of a race?
She has to talk about something.
Henry, you're not even dressed for Ascot.
I changed my shirt.
Where is the girl now?
Being pinned. The gown the Colonel and I bought didn't quite fit.
Your pretty pair of babies playing with your live doll. Ah, Mrs. Eynsford Hill.
Oh, damn, all these people are with you?
Mrs. Higgins, is this your celebrated son?
I'm sorry to say my celebrated son has no manners. He may be the life and soul of the Royal Society soirees, but he's rather trying on more commonplace occasions.
Oh!
Ah, Colonel Pickering, you're just in time for tea.
Thank you, Mrs. Higgins. May I introduce Miss Eliza Doolittle?
My dear Miss Doolittle.
How kind of you to let me come.
Delighted, my dear. Mrs. Eynsford Hill, Miss Doolittle.
How do you do?
Lady Boxington, Miss Doolittle.
How do you do?
And Freddie Eynsford Hill.
How do you do?
How do you do?
Miss Doolittle.
Good afternoon, Professor Higgins.
The first race is very exciting, Miss Doolittle. I'm so sorry you missed it.
Will it rain, do you think? The rain in Spain stays mainly in the plain, but in Hartford, Harrisford, Hampshire, hurricanes hardly ever happen.
How awfully funny.
What is wrong with that, young man? I bet I got it right.
I do hope we won't have any unseasonably cold spells. It brings out so much influenza and our whole family's susceptible to it.
My aunt died of influenza, so they said. But it is my belief they done her in. Done her in? Yes, Lord love you. Why should she die of influenza when she come through diphtheria right enough the year before? Fairly blue with it she was. But my father kept ladling so much gin down her throat that when she sprung to so suddenly, she bit the bowl off the spoon.
Dear me!
Now, what would a woman have with that strength in her have to die of influenza? And what become of the straw hats that should have come to me? Somebody pinched it. And as I say, them that pinched it done her in.
Oh, yes, of course. That's the new small talk. To do a personating means to kill them.
You surely don't believe your aunt was killed?
Do I not? That she lived with would have killed her for a hat pin, let alone a hat.
But it can't have been right for your father to pour spirits down her throat like that. It might have killed her.
Not her. Jean was mother's milk to her. Besides, he poured so much down his own throat that he knew the good of it. Do you think that he does? Break my word, something chronic! Here, what are you snickering at?
The new small talk. You do it so well.
Have I said anything I oughtn't?
Not at all, my dear.
Well, that's a relief anyhow. What I always say is that
I don't suppose there's not enough time before the next race to place a bet. Come, my dear.
I'm afraid not, Colonel Pickering.
I have a bet on number 7. I'm so happy you've taken it. I enjoy the race ever so much more.
that's
Dover. Come on. Come on, Dover. Come on, Dover, move your bleeding eyes!
Officer, I know this is Wimpole Street, but could you tell me where 27A is?
Right there, sir.
Ah, thank you. Excuse me, are those for sale?
Yes, sir, a shilling.
Here.
Thank you kindly, sir.
Isn't it a heavenly day? When she mentioned how her aunt peeled off the spoon, she completely done me. And I went on a journey to the moon. When she told about her father and the gin, and I never saw more enchanting thoughts than the moment when she shouted, "Move your blooming up!" Is Miss Doolittle at home?
May I ask who is calling?
Freddie Ainsford Hill. If she doesn't remember me, tell her I'm the chap who was snickering at her.
Yes, sir.
And could you give her these? You needn't rush. I want to drink in this street where she lives.
Yes, sir.
I have often walked down the street before, but the broken doors slipping my feet before. All that was in my several stories high, know the light on the street where you live. Are there lilac trees in the waterfall? Can you hear a lark in any other part of town? Does it jump and water out of every door? No, it's just on the street where you live. And oh, the towering feeling, just to know somehow you're here. The overpowering feeling that any second you may suddenly appear. People stop and stare, they don't know me, for there's nowhere else on earth that I would rather be. But the time and I don't care if I can be here on the street where you live.
Mr. Ainsford Hill?
Yes?
I'm terribly sorry, sir, but Miss Doolittle says she doesn't want to see anyone ever again.
But why? She was magnificent.
Magnificent? Do you have the right address, sir?
Of course. Tell her I'll wait.
But it could be days, even weeks.
But don't you see? I'll be happier here. People stop and stare, they don't more than me. For there's nowhere else on earth that I would rather be. When the time goes by, I don't care if I can be here on the street where you live.
MC tonight. If Miss Doolittle suffers any embarrassment whatsoever, it's on your head alone. I've been begging you to call off the experiment ever since Ask It.
Eliza could do anything.
But suppose she's discovered. Suppose she makes another ghastly mistake.
There would be no horses at the ball, Pickering.
Think of how agonizing it would be. God, I don't know what I'd do tonight if something went wrong.
No. Well, you know you could always rejoin your regiment.
This is no time for flippancy, Higgins. The way you've driven out these past 6 weeks has exceeded all common bounds of... Oh, for God's sakes, Higgins, can you stop pacing up and down? Can't you settle someplace?
Have some portrait to quiet your nerves.
I'm not nervous. Where is it?
On the desk.
Mr. Higgins, the car's here, sir.
Very good, Mrs. Pierce. Are you helping Eliza?
Yes, sir.
Oh, help her indeed! I'll bet the damned gown doesn't fit. I warned you about those French designers. I knew you should have gone to the good English store where you knew everybody was on our side. Have a little port.
Oh, no, thank you.
It will quieten your nerves.
No, thank you.
Are you so sure she'll retain everything you hammered into her?
We shall see.
But suppose she doesn't.
I lose my bet.
You know what I can't stand about you, Higgins? It's your confounded complacency. In a moment like this, with so much at stake, it's almost utterly indecent you don't need a little port. What's of the girl? You act as if she doesn't matter at all.
Rubbish, Pickering. Of course she matters. What do you think I've been doing for these last 6 months? Why, I'm filling the greatest void between class and class, and soul to soul. Possibly matter more than to change one human being to another by creating a new speech for her. She matters immensely.
Thank you, Colonel Picard. Don't you think so, Higgins?
Not bad. Not bad at all.
Eliza Doolittle. And Madame Bassey said, how do you do? And Eliza came right back with, how do you do?
Is that all?
Oh, no. It was my turn to speak, but the ambassador and his wife presented me. Colonel Pickering, who's that cultivating creature next to Professor Higgins?
What did you say?
Well, I was stopped for a moment. Then I collected myself and I said, Eliza Doolittle.
That was very quick thinking, Colonel.
Mrs. Higgins, do you think Eliza will make it?
Oh, I hope so. I've grown terribly fond of that girl.
Professor Henry Higgins!
Oh, Maestro! Maestro!
Oh?
You remember me?
No, I do not. Who the devil are you?
I'm your pupil, your first, best, and greatest pupil. I am Zoltan Karpathy, that marvelous boy. I have made your name famous throughout Europe. You teach me poetics. You cannot forget me.
Why don't you shave?
I have not your imposing appearance, your figure, your brow. Nobody noticed me when I shave.
About all these old coins?
Decorations for a language. The Queen of Transylvania is here this evening, and I am indispensable to her at these international parties. I speak 32 languages. I know everybody in Europe. No impostor escaped my detection. And now, Professor, you must introduce me to this glorious creature you escort this evening. She fascinates everyone, not since Miss Langtry came to London.
His Excellency, Dr. Themistocles Stephanos.
This so-called Greek diplomat pretends he cannot speak English, but he does not deceive me. He is the son of a Yorkshire watchmaker. He speaks English so villainously, he dare not utter a word of it without betraying his origin. I help him to pretend, but I make him pay through the nose. I make them all pay. I look forward to meeting your lady.
Higgins, I say.
Where's Eliza?
Stairs, BP.
I say, Higgins, let's not risk it. Let's collect her and leave immediately.
Henry, do you think it's wise to stay?
Stay! Stay! Why not stay?
Miss Eliza Doolittle.
Ah, Professor, you must introduce me.